Yo, right now, this is the statement in conjunction with Metrofest 2021 taking place this coming Sunday, the 8th of August. Now, we have a legend right now that we're going to talk to. A man who was massive on the mixtape scene and is still DJing right now up until now. DJ Tony Touch, aka Tony Toka. What's going on, sir?
Yo, what up, people? What's going on?
How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Multitasking, getting ready, getting my crates ready.
I hear
Always
you.
doing something, man.
I
What's up
heard
with
you haven't.
y'all?
I heard you haven't even flown into the UK yet.
No, man, I get in Saturday.
Okay,
Just
okay.
in time, just in time for the festivities.
Hey, I hope that what they call it, the jet lag don't get you.
Yeah, I should be okay. I'm pretty seasoned. Even though I
Definitely.
haven't traveled in over a year, let's see how that plays out, though,
Exactly,
right?
exactly. So
Yeah.
where you based, bro?
I'm in New York,
Okay,
Brooklyn.
yeah, born and grow, right?
Brooklyn, yup. I
Yeah,
represent all boroughs though, but yeah, I'm a
I hear you,
Brooklyn
man.
baby.
Damn, the mixtape legend. Like when I saw your name pop up on the actual itinerary, I said to myself, yeah, I need to get some
Yeah.
time in with Tony Touch.
Yeah, I gotta bring it, man. I know it's been a minute.
Yeah,
I gotta
exactly.
come with it.
I
Yeah, I
mean,
gotta come with it.
I
I'm
remember
ready though.
back in the day, the mixtape scene, there was only two names that was really popping off UK. That was Tony Touch and DJ Clue.
Mm,
Those are the two names of was putting out the biggest mixtapes.
that's
Like,
serious.
bruv, I'm a DJ myself. How did you do it? But them times,
Man,
remember, there's no social media them times.
that's right. I'm glad you mentioned that. There's actually a documentary I produced where Clue is in it too. Uh
Okay, what's the name of
Dropping
that
soon.
documentary?
Yeah, we have a documentary called Mixtape. We'll be announcing which platform it'll be on soon, and yeah, that's ready to go, lock and loaded. But
Wicked.
we talk about the whole, all the players in the mixtape game, the
Yes,
origins, and how it's
yes.
developed, and here we are, 2021, and how it's influenced the industry still to this day.
Hmm.
But I mean, for me, I mean, I'm a fan, and I love music, and I just really, I can't. I approached it with that respect, and I attacked it with different genres, like I know a lot
Wicked.
of mixtape cats stuck to like mostly hip hop, or they would stay in one lane, but I was able to tap into all the uh
Runners.
genres that were cracking,
Yeah,
reggae, dance hall,
yeah.
house music,
Hey.
all my reggaeton, all my Spanish stuff,
Yeah.
um of course the hip hop, the R&B and all of that. So I love music, so I would approach it as a fan first.
So now, like, I'm gonna ask you a bit more about the documentary soon. But
Yeah.
at that time, as far as I knew, you was the only DJ that was also a rapper them times. Now, how many DJs were actually putting out mixtapes, as in mixtapes that had uh, other artists on there, but were also rappers at that time?
Doo-Wop was the first one to do
Yes.
both.
Okay. Okay. I forgot about Doo-Wop. He was
Yeah,
big over here
Doo-Wop,
as well.
Doo-Wop put together a mixtape called 95 Live. It's the first mixtape that had a whole group of features, live,
Okay.
freestyles, or whatever. He was the first one.
Uh huh.
And of course, Doo-Wop was very famous for doing the rap intros on all his mixtapes, and he had the famous Kid Capri battle and stuff,
Yes.
and that's my man. Now we started a crew called the Diaz Brothers
Yes.
over
I was about to
24
ask you
years
about that
ago.
as well. Yeah.
We still represent as the Diaz Brothers, and he
Uh-huh.
was a big part of this film and the album too. We got an album coming out with the film, so
So okay. So the Diaz brothers. Who were the Diaz brothers, bro?
that was Doo-Wop and myself. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
We came together back in '97, and we put out a couple mixtapes as the Diaz Brothers.
I
We
remember them.
started a thing there, and
Uh-huh.
man, much respect to Doo-Wop, another king, like a mixtape king for sure.
Definitely. Definitely. Now, um, the other side of things that you dealt with is you were able to toe the line between the whole Hispanic side and also the hip hop side, because it was
Yeah.
kind of like they were kind of one and the same, but then there was still a little bit divided. How did you do that?
Well, that's because my roots run deep with both. You know,
Yes.
I'm families from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
You know, I talk the talk. You know, I was in Puerto Rico. I was part of that whole movement when reggaeton first came to fruition. You know, I was there for it and
Yeah.
helped advocate it and bring it to the U.S. Popularize it. I mean, I featured Daddy Yankee, Evie Queen, all these legends,
Yeah.
Mexicano, all on my first Peacemaker album, which is a hip hop album.
I remember the
So I was
Peacemaker
able to
album, bro.
introduce, you know, the
Yeah.
world to this talent,
Uh-huh.
and then they took and ran off with it and just killed the game. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So, yeah, but no, I got deep roots in both. You know, I'm born in New York, my family's Puerto Rican, so I have the best of all worlds.
And I think for me that goes to show how big you were as a DJ, for the fact of like UK is different from especially London is different from the US. Now the uh, dominating ethnicity for us out here is West Indian and African. You understand what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's right.
Whereas out in like places like New York, you have the African American, but then you also have the Hispanic side as well, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think you realize how much barriers you broke to be so big in the UK, whereas it's something that we don't understand that much, but we was into it.
Yeah. I
You
think I
understand?
think people just caught on early how versatile I wanted to be and represent. And you know,
Uh-huh.
again, my roots run deep with hip hop and reggaeton, but also with like dancehall reggae.
Yes.
You know, I was there in the beginning pushing that music
Yeah.
out there into the world. You know, everything from early, you know, Yellow Man and all that,
Yeah.
Super Cat and all that. Like I got songs with Mr. Vegas and Sean Paul.
Oh
You
damn.
know, so I've like put in the work with that, and I know the UK is big on that, you know, that Caribbean,
Yes.
Jamaican, West Indian vibe. So
Yes.
I guess that was one way that I broke down barriers with that, and then of course, you know, working with hip hop's elite
Yeah.
definitely gave me and you know, a lot of layers to how the UK I was able to, you know, develop that fan base. And shout out to Guru from Gangstar, first one to take me to London.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
1996, I was Guru's DJ for Jazzmatazz.
Wicked.
And
Wicked.
we did a show. We went out there with Donald Byrd, God bless his soul, and Dia Davenport. And
Uh-huh.
we performed at the Royal Albert Hall back in 1996.
Big.
We
And
opened up. That was my first time in London, my first show. And I'm in the Royal Albert Hall with Isaac
exactly.
Hayes, eating in the mess hall, chilling.
And there's
And
not many people get to perform in the Royal Albert Hall up until now.
it's crazy, man. So while I was out there, I made it my business to get connected with DJs and promoters and artists and just, you know, develop relationships that I've kept for over 20, you know, 20 plus years with people that I
Yeah.
met on that tour.
Hmm.
Shout out to Guru for opening
Oh,
that
big
door
shout
for
out
me.
to Guru, man. Big shout out to Guru.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
man.
man. So
Wow.
hold on. So tell us about your grind, sir. Because like, all right, DJ, mixtapes, producer,
Mm.
rapper. Like, tell us about your grind, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I just, you know, I love, like I said, it goes back to just having a love for the music and more than that, even a love for the culture.
Yes.
I came up as my first love was dancing.
Okay.
You know,
B-boy.
I was a young b-boy in the early '80s. You know, breaking like the rest of the world, and
Yeah.
I was able to
But you still
evolve
got your hat
from.
to the side, bro. So I can see that you still got your hat to the side. So
Oh yeah,
yeah, yeah,
I had to develop. I developed it from b-boy to like, you know, DJing and rapping and all that came later. But
yeah.
I think it all starts with the dancing, right? You got to get that rhythm. If you got rhythm, then
Then you're
sky's the
nice.
limit. You could play
Yeah.
instruments. You could do whatever, you know.
Okay. So, all right. So with that, how did you kind of put it all into place so it works for you? Because like it sounds like a lot, and like I said,
I
all
didn't really have
times.
a plan. Um, I think what ended up happening was I also became a party promoter at a very young age,
Wow.
and I
Okay.
started producing my own events when I was like 16.
Yeah.
I would throw these high school parties. I moved to Orlando, Florida, and I finished high school over there. So I was there for about 3 or 4 years, and it was there that I developed like the DJ skills. And
Wicked.
I started throwing parties when I was 16, man, charging $5, high school jams.
Yeah.
And once I saw the possibilities of how I could make, a few $100s in one night at 16,
Hmm.
I was like, yeah, this is it for me. So I embraced all the elements of the business, which is being a promoter, being an artist, being, producing, learn how to produce and learn how to use these drum machines and
Yes.
whatnot.
Hmm.
So, yeah, it just took a real lot of dedication, to develop the craft.
Yeah. So, all right. So from the DJ side of it, what actually came next? Was it the production side or was it the rapping side?
No, I would say first was the b-boy,
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yeah.
then became the MC. That's when I started writing rhymes, and I was an MC for this hip hop group we had in Orlando, Florida, called I Rock Nasty, and we had a crew out there. And then from there, I picked up the bug to start DJing after the rapping, and then after the DJing came the producing. But while I was DJing, I also developed being a party promoter and promoting my own events. And then later on, yeah, like production and eventually, even a step further, just learning the business and how to, read contracts to a certain extent and learn the business side of things and
Hmm.
publishing and just having all my business affairs in order is another huge thing. You can have all this talent, but then your business be all over the place. So I learned early on to stay organized with all that too. My publishing, my record deals,
Yes.
negotiating my own deals
Uh-huh.
and whatnot. So yeah, I've been blessed, man. I've been blessed. God gave me the knowledge and the know-how and the savviness to move around. So I give all praise to our Father in heaven that keeps me relevant and alive
Definitely.
and healthy. That's another key too, man. You got to
Great.
give thanks.
Yes, definitely, definitely. Just want to say again, this is the statement in conjunction with the big festival coming up. It's called Metro Fest. This coming Sunday, and Tony Touch is going to be there performing, man.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be on, baby.
It's going to be on. So, next question. For Metro Fest, are you going to be just DJing, or are you going to be DJing and rapping? Or just
No,
rapping?
I do more of a crowd participation.
Yes.
And it won't be. I'll probably do some rapping along with some of the records. Something like that. Hold on, say hi. Say hi. You want to
Anytime.
say hi?
Hey.
What you want to ask me? Oh, I don't have them. I think Joel had them. You want the rest of your Nutellas? All right. Hold on, guys.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, look after
Yeah, man.
princess, man. Have to look after princess.
Yeah, I gotta look out. Yeah, make sure.
Is
But
she on the is she on the decks yet?
no, but she's on. She likes to sing, and
Okay.
she's developing a voice.
So she's the next one
But
up, yeah.
yeah, man. But in regards to Metro Fest, uh, expect a little bit of everything. I'm not scared to use the microphone and
Mhm.
you know do some crowd participation. I might drop a rhyme or two.
Come on, you
I
have
know
to drop some rhymes, bro.
I gotta drop some bars, right? That's
Yes, you
funny.
do, man. You have to drop some bars, man. Let them know who you really are.
Thank you, man. I'm gonna have to jump on that Fat Joe stage too. Let's see what happens.
Exactly, yo.
Yeah, man.
So, something I've never really, well, always wanted to know.
Mm.
Tony Toka.
Tony Toka, yeah.
How did you get that name?
Well, for those that don't know, Toka is Spanish for touch.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. Yeah.
That's basically, yeah.
Okay.
Toka means touch. So,
Yes.
in the hood, people always take your name, switch it up, play with it. It was not something I chose. It's like it was given. Just like the Tony Toka, somebody probably one day was like Toka, and then it just stuck. So sometimes I just run with that word, Toka, which is touch in Spanish.
As you can tell, I know no Spanish. You know what I mean?
Oh man. Well,
Um,
I hope that cleared it up for you then, buddy.
1000%.
Yeah.
All right. So, the Peacemaker album. How did you put it? I mean, that was Tommy Boy, right? The
Yeah.
record label.
That was
how-
back in the day, Tommy Boy Records.
Yes. How did you go about putting
Well,
that all
you
together?
mentioned
That's
Clue
another classic
before, and shout out to Clue and shout out to Clue and Funkmaster Flex were the first ones to get like major deals for mixtape album stuff. Flex had his on Loud, and once the success of those, the success with those albums helped open up the door for me and other DJs to get deals, and
Yes.
I had a great machine in place at the time too, with all the mixtapes and my distribution. Like I was already like my own machine, and that helped. And Tommy Boy caught wind, and we presented them with an idea, and they ran with it, and
We did.
the rest is history. We put together a classic album with your favorite rappers.
Yes, definitely, because that was a big album when it came out.
Thank you, man. Yeah, that did well for me too in the UK. I got a lot of shows out there off of that, and the record with Total, big
Yes.
record. And of course, recording with Eminem and Cypress Hill and these guys and Big
From
Pun.
early, yes.
So,
Mm.
I was certified after that one.
Yeah. So, what has because we haven't really seen or heard of you for quite many years over here in the UK. What has been going on with you since?
You haven't heard, you said for me, you're saying?
Yes.
Well, the industry's changed. It's shifted. There's no more record stores, so you can't go to a record store, buy a mixtape of mine.
Yeah, definitely.
Everything went digital.
Yeah.
But in case nobody knew, since the Peacemaker came out in 2000, I put out the Peacemaker 2004.
Okay.
The Peacemaker 2, rather. I'm sorry. Peacemaker 2 came out in 2004, and then I dropped the Peacemaker 3 in 2013. In case anybody wants to go on iTunes, Apple Music, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
I also got involved with other things like I did a couple of reggaeton albums,
Okay.
which was on EMI. I had landed a deal with EMI Latin, and it put together a Reggaetoni. What was the name of the album? Reggaetoni, and it did really good. I actually went platinum with that album in the Latin market and stuff, and we had all the major, Tego Calderon, Evie Queen, and everybody on that album.
Yes.
So I did 2 of those albums, one in 2005, one in 2007. So I've been working, man, and to be honest with you, a big chunk of what I've been doing all these years is touring.
Okay.
I've been all over the planet, like just doing shows from South America to Eastern Europe to Asia, and a lot of DJing on the road. So I didn't get to put out as many records because of that, and with that being said, there are a lot of your favorite hip hop groups that you wonder, like, what's up with them? Why I am not hearing nothing from them? A lot of these guys are touring and just still doing shows. And I'm talking like groups like Brand Nubian,
Yes.
Laws of the Underground, just people that you be like, yo, what happened to those dudes? You think they fell off, but they're making 6 figures a year touring off of the old catalog. But maybe you don't hear them on commercial radio or the brand with all the new stuff. But guys like me and a lot of these artists and DJs and artists that came out from the 90s, our fan base is so strong. We don't need to put records out. We just stay touring all year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a lot of heavy touring. You know, the albums I mentioned that I put out through the years. I've also been I have two parties that I produce here in New York and two brands that I've been able to develop in New York and take them on the road. One is called the Funk Box. The Funk Box is a house music party I do every Sunday night,
Okay.
guest DJs, and we've been running 13 years every Sunday. We've had DJs like Louis Vega,
Uh-huh.
you know, David Morales. I mean, you name it. Bodhisattva from overseas.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we booked Black Coffee back in 2009 at Winter Music Conference for our party.
Yeah.
So I've been heavy in the
scene.
dance music world recently.
Uh-huh.
And with that being said, I got a record on Traxsource. It's the #1 single for 3 weeks. It's called Sacude. And it's on Vega Records. Shout out to Louis Vega, who's also performing at Metro Fest on Saturday with Kenny Dope, the
Yeah.
Masters at Work crew. I'm gonna be hanging out with them too.
Wicked.
But so you know, I've been developing this house brand, the Funk Box, and presenting myself and trying to be more noticed as a dance a guy that plays dance music, house music. So that party's been rocking, and then another party, Toka Tuesdays, classic hip hop every Tuesday night, guest DJs. We've had Jazzy Jeff, Biz Marquis, God bless his soul, you know, Kid Capri, all the guys come through every Tuesday and jam with me.
Yeah.
And I also have a radio show on Eminem's channel here in the States on Sirius XM.
Yeah.
He's got a station called Shade 45. I've been rocking with Eminem and those guys for 16, 17 years on that radio station.
Okay. Wicked.
Every Tuesday. I'm on the air every Tuesday.
Uh-huh.
So just a little bit of a rundown in case people think I've been, you know, hibernating. There's been a lot of work getting done. It's just so much happening, and the information is all over the place, and
Sounds like
you know,
don't
the
sleep.
internet and everything. So you get people, sometimes it gets lost in the sauce, you know.
It sounds like you don't sleep, bro.
Nah, man, I'm working out here. I'm great. I feel blessed. My family's good. I'm working. I just got my 6th passport reissued, you know, so we're good. You may not have heard me on the radio in your local area, but trust, we are okay.
Wicked, wicked, wicked. So, I remember I met Kid Capri quite a few years ago, and he said to me that he does more DJing outside of New York than he does in New York. Obviously, would you say you're the same?
More what? You get more love, you said? He said?
As in, no, he does more DJing outside of New York. So, like, basically,
Oh, outside, yeah. Well, I mean, for me, I have my local parties that I produce. And the
Yes.
thing is that if you're going to wait around for promoters to hire you in New York,
it's not happening.
that could be crazy because there's 1,000 DJs out here and everybody's fighting for that one gig or whatever. And, you know, what I did was instead of waiting for that, I started throwing my own parties again,
Yes.
you know?
Mhm.
But in regards to what Kid Capri said, for me, absolutely also. I mean, this is a melting pot of rappers and DJs in New York. So those that break out and get that out of town, you know, money and that those out of town shows, you know, that's where it's at.
Yeah.
For guys like Capri, myself, and you know, Jazzy Jeff and all that touring is where it's at for us.
Yes. So, what would you say is your main thing now? Like, obviously, at one point, the whole DJing side for you was your main thing, and then obviously you was doing a lot of PAs with the album and rapping and all that kind of stuff. So, what is your main thing now? Like more production, more DJing?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I have a short attention span, so I'm like somewhere for a few hours and I'm on to the next thing, you know.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of getting ready to launch and roll out this film, mixtape
Yes.
documentary.
Yes. And
which
I
will
want
be
to hear a bit more
accompanied.
about that because you only gave us a little taste of what that's all about. I want to hear a
Yes.
little bit more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's basically a story of the beginnings of the mixtape
Yeah.
where we didn't have, and beginning of hip hop basically, and how the music circulated all over the world was through cassettes. There was no internet,
Hmm.
no radio stations in London or anywhere in Europe or anywhere playing hip hop.
Hmm.
So how did you get this music? You got it from your mixtape DJs, you know?
Yeah. Hmm.
So we give a like a history run of like the beginnings, like Brucey B and Star Child, all the way through Kid Capri, up through like when it went from cassette to CDs.
Yeah.
We talked to Ron G, DJ Clue, K Slay,
Yeah.
Green Lantern. I mean, you name yeah, every DJ. We got a huge cast.
Hmm.
And then other artists like Fat Joe, Fabulous. People chimed in. Mike Tyson's in the film.
Oh, damn.
It's crazy. Like, yeah, he talked about how he used to work out. He used to work out to mixtapes because he wouldn't have to worry about changing the radio station. He needed
Yeah.
something. He needed a straight 45-minute shot.
Uh-huh.
And he told me he used to listen to my shit 45 minutes straight. He would be like running or working the bag. And then when the side A finishes, you turn it over. And then he started his next exercise. So
Yeah.
mixtapes for him was a big part of his curriculum and his whole training mindset and everything. Yeah, and then throughout the film, I'm in the studio with different artists recording the soundtrack. So it's almost like the making of this album.
Okay.
So there'll be an album to come with the film, which is phenomenal.
Wicked. It's like
Kept the mixtape formula. Basically, I jacked a whole bunch of beats.
Uh-huh.
And to go even deeper, I mean, I'm sure I could say because it's been announced here and there, just not full blast. But the album's gonna be on Def Jam.
Wow. Okay. Wicked.
And I was able to like touch their catalog and also
And rework it.
work with artists from their roster, past and present.
Wicked.
So I created this whole Def Jam mixtape kind of thing,
Was you able to get
So that'll go with the film.
Was you able to get DMX on there before you passed?
DMX, well, there's a few people that touched his records, but I didn't get to record with him. No, God bless his soul.
Yeah. All right.
But there's definitely some serious homage to DMX on this album for sure. So between the album and the film, that's like my priority, just getting my marketing mindset, getting ready to go on the road, take that on the road. I got this house single that's buzzing. Again, I told you on Track Source, it's #1. It's called Sacudes on Vega Records.
Yep.
Finishing up that album, the Funk Box album, so people could be like, yo, I produce house too, so I'm gonna put out this whole album.
Wicked.
And yeah, man, just constantly working, thinking, ideas flow every day. It's something.
With the actual documentary, I remember you said you worked with people from like all different places. Were you able to get anybody from like I don't know, the dancehall scene, like maybe Stone Love, Metro Media, or even up to Bobby Condas?
It's interesting that you mentioned that because there's other genres that tapped into the mixtape, that was part of the mixtape movement. But this particular film, it's more centered around the hip hop.
Okay.
And the key players of that. We got 50 Cent, Lil Wayne, who found success
through mixtapes.
Through mixtapes first. So they were a big part of the film and talked about that, how those mixtapes helped, set up a lot of stuff for them, But no, salute to that. That's a whole nother film. That's my next project, the Dance Hall. I gotta go camp out. I gotta go to Yard and camp out for a few for a few months and just get it in over there, Because there's a story to tell with that, man, as well.
Yeah. And their mixtape scene was kind of crazy as well. That like obviously they were called sound tapes them times there, but that scene there was crazy as well.
Yeah, and we were in London filming right before pandemic. We were there for a few days. We interviewed quite a few artists and tastemakers in London.
Yeah.
That also participated in this film.
Wicked.
And even I got a recording session with some of the young artists out there.
So
Um,
you ain't gonna drop no names, bro. You ain't gonna drop no names.
yeah,
Come on, exclusive right here. Come on.
I'll give you an exclusive right now.
Go.
Um, the thing is that I'll give you one name. Hold on a second. I'll tell you now.
No 5'9" like I'm Royce. Anyway,
See if you recognize this voice.
I know what the people want, but I'm dealing with something deep. I respect the mind of the writer, I respect the mind of the reader, I respect the mind of the lover, I respect the mind of the leader. Only respect the emotions of bro when he hold the heat. Cause brothers are running around, doubling up on the pound. Police are shutting them down, I'm hugging the curb, and they end up on the trial. Then it's bugging me out, stereotypes. Come with the hype. Media pumping the lies, feeding the flames, burning in front of your eyes. You rather come with the blind. How we really meant to talk when they won't let us have a voice? But every time we get defensive, it's seen as aggressive. Never had a choice. Dripping, but I'm never moist. Trying to get it with the boys. Mario, I want the coins. Flipping the 5'9" like I'm Royce. Anyway, rappers are running with one. I put 10 away, praying and hoping that I put my pen away. How much you put on your back, I could never say. Gonna replicate the vibe that I generate. Dick energy when I penetrate, planning to come up the job and the getaway. Someone closer to the sun, I can medicate. When they come up off the ground, I'm a lyrics it. Put these lyrics down, thinking I'm not gonna change the game. Pave the way, demonstrating any pain I spray. Want me cause I'm fucking dangerous in a major way. Gonna tuck your fucking chain away. It's a battle of intelligence. To the regiment's never been a spit of shade. I pray. Motherfuckers living double figures and they're fucking with us. That's a change, I say. Hey, brigade, suck my dick. Watch the girlfriend going through a Labor Day. Neighbors day. It's relevant. Every song that you made today. Lady made. Reputation what you're saying cause you're a face, okay? Think of me as unconcerned with how you live. Music is life and it's what I...
You recognize anybody there?
I didn't quite catch who the voice was, but it's fucking cold. It's cold.
Yeah, just all young, hungry MCs from London. I got the names here somewhere. I'm looking for it. I'm
My
a
team's
mess.
winning. Jehovah be the witness. And I'm sure ain't the only one.
And whoever it is, they flip their flow. That's not their usual flow. I know whoever it is, that's not their usual flow.
Yeah, because I came with I guess because the beats I had lined up for them, they had the,
Yeah, okay.
Legend, hard just about beating this economy. Living by the 48 laws, Ox, Robert Green. Red lights couldn't stop me from my plan, mate. I pushed the green before the amber rose, like Kanye. Yeah, before the amber rose, like Kanye. I was killing brothers, Outcast, Andre.
Yeah.
And you know what? And he's sounding a little bit like Dizzy Rascal, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, I feel horrible. I don't have the credits here. There's a female right here, young lady.
Reaching my nigga, keep heading for the stars. I remember broke days when I was robbing for a draw. Now I'm gonna take it flat, but I'm blowing by the bar. No time I wanna stack my walk, going by a yard. I ain't rich on the tax, but I'm waiting for the doors. Cause I ain't rich like 2 days. 8 phones, 2 chains, that's just in 2 days. Man,
anyway, yeah, just
I recognize her voice, and like what you guys need to know, this is exclusive right here, right now.
You know this?
Association tied with the inmates and cold dinners until I started doing surgery. Used to hook my niggas up, but those that never used to say a word to me. Enough said. Back on the roads with them known hitters. I'm with certified goons and them drug dealers. Man will run up in your yard if you hold figures. With a valley in the mask, your heart ain't in it. I swear all the crowd I talk, yeah, I did it. Blood, I'm really in it.
You can't blame me for the way your life fell down. I showed you a door to a gown, a throne, a crown. I know you feel so, cause you now relate to the ground. Oh, you can't play.
Anyway, yeah, so we got heaters.
Listen, this is exclusive right now. I don't think people realize how exclusive this is. This is the statement in conjunction with Metro Fest. Tony Touch is playing some exclusives that people haven't heard yet from UK artists jumping on some of the big legendary hip hop beats. Like, this is crazy, bro.
Yeah, man.
This is
just
crazy,
having
bro.
fun with it.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the soundtrack as well as the actual documentary.
Oh man, yes, thank you, man. It's gonna be killer, man. I got their names all written down here somewhere, and I can't find it, but I'll get it to you soon, maybe before you post.
I tell you, a couple ladies you should have had on there. Miss Banks.
Miss Banks.
Yeah, she's killing it right now. And there's a lady from Birmingham called Lady LaSure. Some people call her Alicia, but her name's Lady LaSure.
Okay, and Miss Banks, huh?
Miss Banks.
Who's that other kid? Kid that was on Swizz album. He killed it too.
Oh yes, that's Gigs.
Gigs, yeah, I
That's
like
Gigs.
him.
That's Gigs. But there's another guy you're missing if you're talking about lyrics. A guy called Wretch32.
Wait, what's the other guy? The last one's name? I'm gonna write this down because I got to do my research.
Wretch32. Is that WRETCH?
WRETCH.
TCH. Yeah.
Wretch Crew.
Wretch32.
Wretched Crew.
No, Wretch
Crew, right?
32. Wretch 32. 32.
Wretch 3-2.
Yeah. It's one guy though.
Wretch 3-2.
If you
And then you
type
said what was the other one? I want
what there's in Lady LeSure
to. Yeah, Lady Lish. And what was the other one?
and Miss Banks.
Miss Banks.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna come. I gotta represent the UK too, and I'm out there, man. Play
Okay.
some of them heaters.
Looking forward to seeing you Sunday because I know we got to wrap this up. I'm looking forward to seeing you Sunday. Like I said, this is the statement alongside representing for Metro Fest. This is DJ Tony Touch, the legendary New York DJ, rapper, producer, filmmaker. Damn.
Love,
Damn.
man. Thank you, man. I'm humbled by that. Thank you, bro.
Bro, you're a legend, bro. So, you know what I mean? Just saying it as
Working.
it is. You're gonna do some b-boy dancing on the stage on Sunday?
Maybe, yeah. If there's space, I might jump out there. You know, do some air flares or something real quick.
Make you feel like you're 17 again, huh?
Yes, sir.
Bro, thank you for giving us your time, man.
Longest. Thank you, man.
And we see you Sunday.